Blarla. Hello Peeps and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Welcome back to Peepsville. What's today looking like? Well, it's looking okay, but I think it's getting overcast again. I was hoping that maybe today I might be able to do some landscaping not in the rain. That would be nice. Oh yes, it's still the best item in the game. Love this thing. Love it, I do. Probably should pop that out and turn this on. There we go. Yes, so pretty much more landscaping to be done today. To continue where we left off, we've now got the house moved, so we might be able to actually do a little bit more around the museum, which I'm looking forward to. Hello, Mr. Tadakichi. Hello, Mr. Tadakichi. Hello, Mr. Tadakichi. So we're going to be looking at that, and also we need to put in the order to move Spike's house as well. That'd be great. So we're going to do that today. Now, the bug off, as we know, is this Saturday, and I'd like to cover it on Saturday. So what I'm going to do is not make an episode on Friday, and instead I will cover the bug off on Saturday, so that I can share my experience of the event nice and quickly with you all. So that'll be a bit different, some Animal Crossing on the Saturday instead of the Friday, but I do like to cover the events when they happen. For obvious reasons. I'm looking forward to it. There's some items. I use this app for Animal Crossing, which is absolutely fantastic. What is it called? Hold on a moment. Just seems to be called Animal Crossing Guide. It's pretty generic. I will attempt to find a link and put it in the description below, but also I'm sharing a screenshot of what it looks like here on the screen so you can see that. Also, right, well, we need to get ready for the day. Lots of work to be done. Yeah, it definitely is getting overcast again, isn't it? Lots of rain at the moment. Now, we had Flick make 3 models this week for us. Look here. Tilly and Zeke have dropped them off. We've got the common butterfly model here. And look, we've got the common blue bottle there. And if we come into here, we should have another one from Flick. Look. Ooh. Let's take a look at these. So, because I went with the Atlas moth. Look at this. Oh, that one's big. I hoped as much. Oh, that one's pretty. So what I'm thinking about doing is placing some of these models around the island so that we can enjoy them. I think the forest would be good to put some of these butterfly ones. Probably not this giant one. Oh, wow, look at that. These ones might be nice amongst the flowers in the forest and stuff like that. Look at this thing. Wow. This is awesome. This is awesome. I like that a lot. Cool. Right. Very happy with those. Indeed I am. Now, let's see here. What else? I noticed that we have a letter here from Nan. Oh, and a gift. Pumpkin. I've been thinking we could take our friendship to the next level if we had a shared interest. Okay. I have a weak spot for handicrafts. This gift is my attempt to convert you to my craft happy ways. Oh, you don't need to convince me. I love all the crafty things. Love the crafty things. Let's see. What have we got here? Sewing machine. That's fantastic. Wow, that's insanely generous. Look at that. What a gift. Just send somebody a sewing machine. Wow. And look. Look. We've got items here from Peeps. It looks like Gabby might have missed a present in this one. I hope you don't already have one. Is it here? Is it this one? Forgot to send it. That's fine. Look, it's beautifully wrapped as well. did we just hear Pecan then water some flowers? That's absolutely fantastic. Olivia and Sammy with the beautiful pinks. Love this. Feeling spooky. Not in the middle of June. Why? Well, we got something spooky. Bored now. From Sammy. Brina Blue. Blue and gold. Love it. What do you get when you cross old school Star Trek and LaBelle? Oh my goodness. I'm looking forward to opening that one. And one from Olivia. Oh, something for the dock. Nice. Okay, excellent. Right, let's go and check these out then. And here we are. And I see exactly what you mean about this dress. That could definitely be a Star Trek outfit, couldn't it? It definitely could be. That's fantastic. That is pretty awesome. Document stack for the dock is actually a really good item. Thank you so much. It's a really great idea. I see what you mean about feeling spooky. We've got a nice vampire outfit here. This hose reel here is going to look fantastic in my garden when I get it all done. Looking forward to it. And Sammy sent this slide. Look at this elephant slide. Well, if he was bored, he's certainly going to be entertained now with his elephant slide. Thank you so much. Right, it's time to get to work. Oh, look at this. We can see it more now. So I've brought these items up here for now for safekeeping because I needed them out of the way. Look! So I am moving that one house alone means I will be able to, probably to get this front bit done, which I'm really looking forward to. The flowers have already started to spread. They've already started to spread. That is amazing. So we do need to move Spike's house, which we're going to move down to where my house used to be with bunnies. Look, he's watering the flowers here. Spike, you're amazing. Thank you so much. That is pretty awesome. Because with Spike's house gone, I should be able to sort out the house that I want to put next to the museum, which is going to be nestled inside an area over here. We should be able to get that sorted out tomorrow, which I'm very much looking forward to. But I think we'll be able to finish off the majority of the front here with Bunny's house gone. So that's great. Really pleased about that. Oh, look! Oh, I set this up to get pink roses, and here we are. These are my first pink roses I've ever had. Can you believe that? They are pink, right? I mean, they look pink. Let's just they are my first pink roses. I'm so pleased. But the flowers are getting out of control. I haven't had... I've been concentrating so much on when I do have time to do the landscaping. That the flowers are going to pop. You should see the allotments. It's an explosion of flowers. Hey, Leaf. Do you know what? We'll probably be buying a bunch from Leaf because I'm probably going to be very keen for shrubs. As we do, everything needs to be done. I can hear that somebody has fleas. Yeah, look, we've got some really great ones here as well. This is great. Okay, excellent. Thanks, Leaf. No, I will be back. I reckon I will. Now, it looks like our beautiful Punchy might have fleas. There we go. Let's just sort that out for him. Alright, so you saved me from a flea. I guess you could say it was the fleeced you could do. You're right, Punchy. Hey, what's new? Let's chat. This Saturday is the bug off. Some of my friends are bugs. They're good talkers and tell funny jokes. I'm so excited for the bug off. I am very, very excited for it. Let's just pop into the shop a minute. Let's see what's going on. I have managed to sell the turnips. We had a great price come up in the Discord this morning. So sold those off. Hello. I think mine might be, on a decreasing pattern this week. Oh, well. Thank you, though, Timmy and Tommy. Bye. Look. I've got this bed here. I'll need to buy that later because I don't have one of those. I have the other items, though, I believe. So that's great. Excellent. Right. Let's pop next door, then. And we can see about moving Spike's house. What have we got? Okay. Nice. Right, then. Oh, hang on a minute. I don't have enough on me, do I? We're going to need more bells than this. I think I've got 30 on me at the moment. No, I'm good, thanks. We need the bells. Let's come over here. And I'll take the full 50, I think, is what I'll do. Let's see here. Yes. Thank you. Good. And so, thank you. Right. Nook, let's try this again. Yes. Infrastructure. Please. Yeah. Layouts. Yeah. So, an island home. We're going to go for Spike. Spike. Where is he? There he is. Yeah. And for now, we're just going to move them to my old spot because I ultimately don't know where their house is going to go just at the moment. My plans don't extend that far. And I try to come up with them, but there's so much chaos happening on the island at the moment that I kind of need to wrap up some of the bits and bobs I've got going on before I can tear up other places. Excellent. Thank you, Spike. You're an absolute star. What is that pose? Okay. So we'll now get the kit. And then we'll be able to go and place it. There's the bells. Thank you so much, Nook. Yay! Yes, yes. Right, let's head up there. Try and weave our way through the chaos. Actually, it's not too bad from here, isn't it? Not a lot has changed between here and there. We're all good. Here we go. So we'll just pop here. Now, let's try here, shall we? Build here. That looks good to me. This is the spot. Don't need to imagine it. That will do. Jobs a good un. Okay. Right, well, I am now going to head up to the museum and start fiddling around with it a little bit more. Actually, before I do, I know what I would like. You see, I put the coelacanth here on a little wooden log. I might get a stone one for the fossil to sit on. I'm hoping that will go on a table. I guess we'll find out. So I'm going to go and make that and then I'll be back. So I did indeed pop that fossil onto a little stone there and decided to have a go at sorting out the front there. I collected up an assortment of flowers. I'm very keen for all the flowers to be different types and different colours. And I think I actually have changed it a little bit more since recording this, just to try and get a really random variety of flowers. Here you can see here, off to the forest, just to try and the forest is great actually. The camping site's great for random flowers, so there we are. But yeah, so I was keen to recreate what we had further to the south of the museum with the tree stumps and the fencing. A little bit different because I've got a larger area to cover and it's only one area. So created new tree stumps, which of course meant dropping down trees, because we can get those insects. Insects only spawn on tree stumps in this area, so you know it's good to have some tree stumps somewhere. So there we are. That's what I went with. Capped off the path here to one side. Don't know where they're going yet, so at the moment I am just sort of capping off paths. But there it is. That's it for the time being until we can move Spike's house out of the way, and then we can have a look at the museum more. With as much done with the museum as I could possibly do, I came back to this area that I'm working on. We've got the Nook area here. We've got the garden area of my house. And I was quite keen to try and work out what was going on with the lake. I'm really keen to try and get the shape of that lake done, but really couldn't figure it out. I felt that in order to sort that out, I had to work out the Nook area, because of the house that I want to put with Nooks, which will encroach upon the lake. So I started working on the land around Nooks, which did spur me to put in some fencing there by my house, which I did a minute ago. And I've moved Nooks up one, and now I'm sort of looking at the feasibility of space. So I'm keen to have a little alleyway down the side of Nook's there, which is what that stone is that I've just placed. But I'm sort of largely thinking at this point, what it is that I want out of this space. Originally, when I sort of planned it out in my head, and how best to proceed. It's so difficult. So I just started with the bits that I know. Which was, I knew that I was going to want a path to go outside the front. This isn't the pathing that I'm going to use, just it was quick in order to just try and map out how much space was going to be needed. I've always thought that my little nook area would be encased with land. So I'm building up the land here to just sort of see what that would look like and try and work out how much land I want to commit to. The idea is that the Nook store is in a little nook of the island. I'm making a nook. And I knew with the Nook store I was quite keen to keep the vending machines as well. So I'm trying to work out exactly what items I want there with it, where they're going to go, sort of what the layout might be. So I'm just getting a rough idea of how I might create that real nook feeling, an overgrown forest feeling, while also getting in some of the bits and bobs that I wanted in the area. But didn't like the snack machine there at all. So you can see here I've gone for like a little bike area. I've put a bench down. So I was going to have a house off to the left side here. So I'm building up the area around the alleyway, and I'm just looking at this space, thinking there is no space here to put a house and still have a nice view of the lake behind. It's just not going to happen. So I'm toying with all sorts of ideas of what to do with this space to the left of the nook area. Do I build it up? Do I leave it open? Do I want to try and get a bridge in this area? How do I want the path to go? I really couldn't figure it out. So I'm back into the nook side, thinking, will my snack machines go in what was going to be the alley? I decided no, I really just didn't like the vending machines at all. I just couldn't get on with it. So I've been scrapped the vending machine idea, and decided to continue with sort of that nook feeling, sort of encasing it in land. And just sort of seeing how it looks, really, build it up and see how I feel about it. Sometimes you just don't know, do you, until you actually build it and look at it, and then you go, ooh, no. Which is pretty much all the things that I'm doing here. I'm also trying to get an idea, of where this river's going to run and how far down the lake's going to come. This whole sort of area to the left of Nook's was really bothering me. Just really bothering me. I just couldn't work it out. I think by this point I had decided that I'm not going to be able to get a house there. It's not happening. So, maybe just concentrate on getting, where exactly is the river going to go. I think I was playing with the idea of, do I have a bridge coming over here? But then I don't want to connect the lake to the river. It was a whole thing going on in my head. You can see I'm standing around thinking about it so much. I really, really wasn't sure. I think in the end I decided to have a bit of a clean up of the area. There's so much junk here that it's difficult to concentrate and work out what I might want to do with the area in the future. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll clean it up, and then for now I'll forget about it, and I will purely focus on this area where I want to put the Nook store. So that's what I started to do, was refine this little nook area. So yeah, it was a question of how I felt about the amount of land coming round the front here. I wasn't sure really if I wanted quite that much land. Also just clearing up that area, because eventually I'm going to have a path coming down there, and I'm running between my house and this little area quite a lot, so I thought moving the flowers might be useful. So knowing that I'm going to be focusing on this nook area, and I decided by this point I actually want to complete it, decorate it completely, so that by the end of this I've at least achieved something. I might feel better about it then if I actually achieve something. So I started to put a few trees on that higher land, and also decided that there was too much land wrapping around this little nook and that I didn't like it. So you can see I've pulled back that high land a little bit, and I was thinking, well, what do I do with that area where I've pulled that land down? So I started playing around with this stone fence. This stone fence, I tried all sorts with this stone fence. It kept moving forwards and back and backwards and forwards. But I ultimately like the overall look of it, and that it will back onto the river that we'll be able to put back here in more fully at a later date, of course, not right now. So I kind of liked it, but I wasn't sure, whether I wanted the wall a bit further forwards, so I had more space or less space in the nook area. I really couldn't decide. But in the end, I went with less space in the nook area. I don't know, it just seemed to work. And what I liked about these stone walls by the Nook store is having the flowers on the outside of them. So I thought, you know what, I'll do that again. Something that I've been toying with the idea for the longest time was putting bricks on dirt as a pathway, because I do really like these bricks. But I was trying it out, and I decided in the end that it really, really wasn't working. So I thought, well, nice idea, but it's not working for me. So I scrapped the idea completely and decided that I will fully commit to that new path that I got recently, that I discovered via my friend Prem recently. So I started getting that down to start pathing out the area. I like this little library. That's definitely staying there. I've committed to that, but I like the idea of it sitting on some little stones. So there we are. So some little rocks there. So here I am making the area where bikes and that are going to go. I thought this would be a nice little area to put, when people come to the village and might cycle there or something, and they can just pop their bike there, leave it for a minute, and all's well. So did that area up, and I'm going to keep that as a little area for bikes, and later on I order a scooter as well to go there. So then I just continue to decorate this area. I just thought a little bush here would be really nice next to, just to sort of enclose that bike area before we then move on to the bench and have a nice little area where animals may sit outside the shop. So there we are. That ended up going there. Back to decorating the highland. So I was quite keen. I've really loved my camping area. The really natural growth is sort of quite overgrown and wild, and clearly this land that I've built around here is useless. You can't use it for anything, so the only thing that I can do is decorate it, which will just help enclose that nook area more and give it more of the in the forest feel. I thought, that, and continue that sort of wild natural look, which I'm very keen to have throughout my island. And now I'm just working on that little alley that I'm keen to have next to Nooks. And I thought, well, as the main path isn't working with the dirt and the bricks on top, maybe I could try and put that idea into this small little alleyway. So I went with that in the end. That's what I stuck with. I think I've changed the bricks a little bit. But yeah, I decided to go with it, and now I'm just sort of dressing the area. And I thought my mini DIY I've taken it out of my house, made it look like old wood, and I've stuck it there as well. So that'll be nice and convenient for myself and anybody that's visiting to just be able to use that DIY bench. I've already found it convenient to use already since putting it there. It's actually been pretty cool. So like in the little alley area, here I am just sorting out, getting that sort of flower area sorted. How shaping the lake, how I want it to go. But yeah, I put in shrub and flowers, there we go, just decorate it and close it off, there we go. Nice. So I continue to dress the area. We've got like a little manhole cover going down there. I looked at all the custom designs for those manhole covers, and I actually just like the one with the little paw print in the middle, so I went with that. Again, just capping off the paths because I don't know quite where these paths are going to lead to yet. So just capping them off for now until I do know. I like to have that little raccoon thing by the store. So pleased to get that back. The area next to the lamppost, wow, that area, I really didn't know what to do with it at all. You can see there that I tried that little stand, and I tried the wagon garden thing. That wasn't working for me either. So you see there I pick up the water fountain, and I decided, similar to the bush, I would cut out a bit of a grassy area here. Yeah, there we go. And put in a water fountain. Given that I haven't been able to put in the snack machines, wasn't able to do it. It seemed that I was going to have to dedicate a lot more space to this area if I wanted to get all the snack machines in and everything like that, and I'm just not sure if I wanted to dedicate that space. Maybe in the future we'll grow it, but right now it's difficult to know, and I have to commit to something. So I've committed to it being just a little bit smaller and a little bit more village-esque, you know, a little bit more village-esque. So checking out the shop, you know, thinking about what I've done and how it's going to look either side of the store, which I think we'll move tomorrow. We'll put in the order to move the store tomorrow so that we can get it in its new home. It should fit there. I've always really liked these orange and yellow flowers next to the Nook store, so I was trying to figure out what did I want to do with those, because I didn't really want to lose those. They've always looked quite nice, I thought, next to the Nook store, as well as decorating this bit of highland in the foreground. I've planted some new shrubs there, which I got from Leaf, and now I'm just putting a few flowers and whatnot down. I also have one of those flat garden rocks. There it is, just crafting that, so I'll pop that down as well. Plant a few weeds, you know, that sort of thing, get that wild natural look going. But yeah, so I've always really liked the orange and yellow patchwork flowers next to the Nook store. I've always thought that they look quite nice. They sort of match the store, because the store has those yellow and orange. I forgot what they're called. They have a name. So I picked up the flowers and wondered where they could go. So I thought, well, you know what, the path doesn't need to go right up against this area when I come to make it. So I thought, you know what, I will pop the flowers along here. I thought that would be pretty nice. So I think I'm all done for the day. So I didn't do quite what I was expecting to do. I honestly thought I was going to be working on the lake more, but I ended up working on this area. I just kind of got really into it. And you know what? It's pretty close to what I had in mind. Pretty close indeed, actually. So I'm really happy. I'm hoping the shop will fit here nicely. It's possible this tree will disappear when the shop goes in. I'm not sure, or there might be some problems placing it. We'll deal with that when we come to it, and we can have a rejig. As I say, nothing is quite set in stone here. And I might see about customizing this bench. Actually, should we have a quick look? What can we do with these bennies? Let's have a look here. Let's have a quick look at all the stuff as well that slowly builds up in your inventory when you're doing this sort of stuff. See, that's pretty cool. And the lamppost is green, so that might actually work best because I have green lampposts. So you know what? I think we will go with that. Yeah. Let's stick this back. There we go. Yeah. Now they're both green. Nice. And this matches that fence just a little bit better. So I'm hoping that, yeah, once the shop is here, this area will be kind of done. As I say, nothing's firmly set in stone at this point, given that I haven't got every square of this island worked out in my mind, not by any strength of the imagination. And then tomorrow, I guess I'll see how I feel, because this always tends to go a little bit differently to how I plan. But it might be that I have a more of a look at my garden tomorrow, because I have some ideas. They're not all in place, but I do have some ideas. So that might be nice to start trying to lay a few of those down. And it'll give time for these buildings to move. We might also be able to do more at the museum as well. That would be really, really great. I really need to get that house placed up there by the museum. So, very, very keen. Very, very keen for Spike's house to go and for us to look at that tomorrow as well. So, yeah. Oh, look. Snail. Snail on the bush. I hope you all like it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Yeah, I think I'm pretty pleased. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all my Patreons for their continued support.